What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files, special Saturday edition because COVID snuck up on me last Sunday and just decided not to go away. So it's a quite rude, unwelcome guest. I'm back to normal, mostly. There we go. A little bit more volume in the mic and ready to go for another week. Wrapping up all the cool stuff on the action figure front. I was able to scroll, check out all the cool stuff, even though I was not able to do the regular live on Thursday. My voice is strong enough now that we can do this thing before I get started any further. And make sure to shout out the Lyles Figure Files VIP members: Vince, Bro, Alan, DJ, No Good, Pixelated Poses, Graham Tuttle, John Morrissey, Vintage Bob, Doom Customs, Kwame Taylor, and the 1 year plus members: Retro Robo Toys, Nathan William, Robert Hayes, MOC Turtle, Top End 2018, Jay Woods, Ryan Daly, Jamelin Parks, Blake Tarpley, Love to See Lions BK, James Green, David Thanos, Lawson Wallace, and last but certainly not least, Henry G. Thank you so much for rocking with me, fellas. And also, make sure to shout out the Lyles Figure Files super supporters: Robert Hayes, Lawson Wallace, Nathan William, Olu, Retro Robo Toys, and my little brother, Jason Lyles. Thank you all so much as well. So it's been a lot going on. Let's see what's up with the chat so far. Lawson Wallace, greetings, Jeffrey, my main man. How are you feeling? I'm about 97% back up to normal. My voice still is a little scratchy, a little T-Boz going, but I feel pretty good. I've been doing a lot of figure reviews. So I've been using my time productively. Just finished shooting some Transformers, Star Wars Black Series. I got that ISB trooper, this guy. So I was able to get him, as you can see, from Target. Clearance price $749. And now, after opening him up, I had a, what's his face, movie Everett Ross figure. The head's a little loose. I need to figure out a way to toughen it up, make it sit on there so it's not rocking back and forth like a bobblehead. But I'm like, man, I really could have gotten a few more, especially that $8 price point, and had a nice little army for my growing Andor shelf. But yes, I'm doing fine. To answer your question, how are you? Samurai Global, what's going on? How are you today? I know it's afternoon, right? Crazy. Let's roll that tape. Rick Cage is here. Oh, Maurice Phillip. Good time zone, peeps. What's up, my friend? Zombies and stuff 84. What it is, Jeff and the Figure Files crew? Chilling. How are you today? Maurice, thank you. I am doing so much better. Sunday I was really just tired. I didn't have too much craziness. I had the sore throat, the nasally dripping nose, which is always my least favorite part about a cold, um, coughing, and a few aches. But since my liver transplant, I can't take Paxlovid. It wasn't Paxlovid for me. And fortunately, my medical team was like, let's make sure we're on top of this so it doesn't get any worse. You don't have to go to the hospital. So they were actually able to send a nurse out to do an IV drip for 3 days. So that was pretty cool. And I didn't have to go to the hospital and feeling a lot better. So shout out to the Georgetown staff for that. Rick Cage, greetings to the Royal Sir Jeffrey and his Royal Lyles Figure Files crew. And greetings to you too, Sir Rick Cage. What it is. What it, man? How are you, Jamelin Parks? No pun intended. Game Quest. Happy Saturday, Jeffrey. You too. On Cloud 9 about the Storm Arena Akuma and reissues. I like 3 each. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And I do have that on my list of stuff to talk about today. Congrats to you, members. Indeed, Samurai Global. Julio Ramirez, what's up, my friend? Yeah, man, that was immediate. Oh, he's ready. I am too. So yeah, I cannot wait. Exactly. See, I knew someone would get that. Thank you, Jalen. Lawson, I'm so happy to get this special installment of Lyles Figure Files. You sound almost normal, so I'm glad to see you're on the mend. I am almost on the mend. What up, Chief? How are you? Love that avatar picture. Almost looks like you. I've not had COVID so far. Working from home and having no social life has protected me. That said, I have Heroes Con coming up in early June. At least I'm up on the shots. Me too, which is why I think that made it not be so worse or as bad as it could have been. Because it was like, I'm glad it wasn't 2020 when I got it. That could have been a little bit different. But like I said, there's a ton of stuff that happened this week. And thank you, Chief. Let's get into some of it right away because there's so much stuff. But first, let's go to our proud sponsor, Retro Robo Toys. A bunch of stuff, as usual, went up for pre-order over the course of this week. And the Mezco Doctor Doom, the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Thor, and you, don't forget, can get stuff like this. Hit that sucker in there into the cart. And what you can do, remember, you can always do this. Put in the Lyles Figure Files code LFF. It's right there. 5. Hit that up. And then it takes it down to $53.20, $279 off. And if you're still in the mood and still want to get some of those giveaways, you can say, for example, for this one, if I can remember how to say, Sentinel giveaway. There you go. So you can do that. Check out. You're all squared away. And there's a lot of other cool stuff. Russia Robo has a bunch of new arrivals, including Abomination, the 20th anniversary Captain America, Kyle Katarn, the Seventh Sister, Quinlan Voss, Count Dooku as Jedi Master, not Sith Lord. Then we got the Jada Toys Akuma. So remember, everywhere is charging $29.99 for Akuma. You can get it for cheaper. And then Keldor, Despera, Dragster, and then of course that Warbird and Power Princess that a lot of people are looking forward to. If you missed out on Thundercracker, you can still get Skywarp. He's up for pre-order. So is Snarl, Astro Train, Sunstreaker, Shockwave, Granix, and Wheeljack. So that's cool offerings. Don't forget, you can use that $5 flat rate shipping, or you can put it in your cargo. Pay for it now, then get it shipped whenever you're ready, just like with Big Bad Toy Store and all the other fine retailers doing some cool stuff out there. Shout out to all attending Zolocon. I don't think they're watching, but I hope they're having a good time too. Vintage Bob, how are you, my man? Hey, everyone. Hey, Jeffrey. Glad you're feeling better. Me too. It was a couple sleepless nights. I wasn't enjoying it. Lawson, I got my Abomination from Retro Robo this week. Also got another fine mess Laurel and Hardy figures from the Kickstarter campaign. What did you think? I have a buddy. He was supposed to be getting his, I think, this week too. He didn't get back to us on what he thought on them, but they looked really incredible. What did you think? So, speaking of Zolocon, we've got a couple of boots on the ground, including our man Blake Tarpley. And he sent along some photos to help us out for those of us like me who are not there. And even if I wanted to, I still can go over there. Check out this Ramen Toys in the Mr. T custom. That was really cool. And I'm kind of really hoping that we can see a Hannibal, we can see a face/face man and Murdoch, because wow, it really sells this whole thing all together here. And fully decked out B.A. Baracus. How cool is this? So Blake sent along a bunch of stuff. So let me go to those different photos. Here's the McFarlane figures. Let me blow that up a little bit more. Nothing new. No new figures on display. There's some leak lists that have a few more figures. Still not quite sure if they're going to be shown or if they're just in the, oh man, it would have been so cool to see these figures on this leak list. But I'm looking at this lineup of all these figures on display and trying to see which ones I don't have. That would be easier. I still need to get Professor Pig, Blackhawk. I'm not sure about Blackheart because I never got that Starfire because I didn't really love the look of her. But definitely like Cheetah. She's fun. Obsidian, maybe you can see behind me. Rocky Red, not my Rocky Red. So not thrilled with him. My buddy was there, did go over to McFarlane. And this is one of those online podcast deals where so-and-so heard from so-and-so, but he talked to the McFarlane rep and said that they are trying big time emphasis. Do not quote me on this. As Tim Kawakami would say, don't aggregate me. Um, but they may be trying to get some work done to get the Resident Evil license. And I feel like they would be a pretty good fit. I know the thought was Jaded Toys would do an awesome job on them, and they absolutely would. But when you think of the monstrous beasts in Resident Evil, I think McFarlane could do a great job with those too. And with your standard 22 points of articulation, most of the figures can hold weapons, and these can be guns because they're not toys. That would be pretty fun. The level of detail and the hair sculpts for Chris and Leon and Jill. I feel like this could work out pretty well for us. So hopefully that does become a reality. It isn't just one of those, we talked about it, didn't work for us. I feel like Jada doesn't get them. I would love to see McFarlane get that license really, really soon. Back to more of the photos that Blake was so kind to send along to us. Here is this really cool figure from Valiverse. They're doing a Pirates line. And man, check out the black here. Let's zoom in a little more. Check out the Pirates hat. He's got a sword, or is it a cutlass? Got a revolver, dagger. This is really nice. And I mean, this head sculpt is very cool too. This is a pretty decent looking option here. And let me zoom in on the Kraken head a little bit more. I mean, that's some crazy, creepy stuff there. And I can't tell for sure, but it looks like that's a soft goods cape. Great musculature on that body there. Very cool stuff. Looking forward to seeing what else they do with that line. Let's see. Some more Savage Crucible figures. These figures they always look amazing. I'm like, do not get into this line. Do not get into this line. But it's really hard when you can see this level of detail. When Jason and I met Blake over at the Maryland Toy Expo, they had a bunch of these figures on display, and I was like, gosh, this is one of those lines where the pictures don't do them justice, even though this is really clean and really crisp. You can see all the detail. You can see that the blade has chips in it. It's got some chinks in it. And then there's scratches and scrapes in the blade. But man, seeing them in person is like, whoa, whole other level. And it's one of those lines where if I could figure out more space and more money, I would probably make that move. Here's another look at that. Jeez, look at this. There's a Kraken outer package, the black, and it is soft goods like I thought. This detail is crazy. And he would really fit in with a lot of things. I'm not quite sure about the knee pads. That's the one thing that's kind of making it look a little bit too modern for me. But otherwise, really, really excellent work there. Of course, you can't see it because I didn't put the window up. I hope I put any of them up. Yes. Good grief. That was so terrible. Well, let me do that again there. Boo me. Here is the Kraken. The black. I got too excited, Jamelin. So let me do that all the way over again. So let's see. Here is what the black looks like in the packaging. And whoo, there you go. So you can see the package look, and this is the outer package look. So glad I'm going for 40 minutes yammering on with no one being able to see the pictures. And thanks for the heads up. Anyway, so now you can see that really nice soft goods. These are those knee pads I was talking about. And let me show you that other package look so you can see those details that I was telling you guys about before when no one could see what I was looking at. So really cool stuff. Really impressed with how these figures turned out. Now, let me go back to the Savage Crucible figure that I was raving about. And y'all were like, that's great, dude. But can we see the photo of that picture you're raving about? So here's that one. And boy, just really cool, really impressive. Back to the blade so you can see all that detail. I mean, the hair braided. It's such a well done figure. And articulation, and from looking at this kind of static pose, you can't see, but the articulation of these is really well done too. So very cool stuff. And here's a few more pictures. Let's see. There's the McFarlane ones, which you might not have seen either. of these photos, of these figures on display, I think my favorite one is probably Static. He's such a well done figure. They did a great job on Static. Aquaman, the DC digital figure, is always really well done. I wish they did a non in the water hair sculpt for him, but otherwise he's really well done. Red Tornado is another standout, and Scarecrow looks great. Really good figures all around. And I know there's some lemons in there. Not every line is perfect, but the ones they've got on display are some of the better ones they've done. Now let's take a look at this Red Shadow figure. Direwolf, I guess is how you say his name. This looks really cool. Skeletron, and check out this head sculpt. I mean, he looks like a real person, like somebody you'd actually see in the real world. And there's an alternate head sculpt there as well, a little translucent deal. Great work on this helmet. That looks cool. It kind of reminds me of some of the helmets you've seen in Rook Exodus. Got the blasters, nice amount of paint work on there. So you got your silver, your black, and a little red in there as well. That looks great. A bunch of gear. This is one I need to check in with Blake to get the post game recap and find out how much these are going for, because this looks really nice. And then I think there's a couple more photos he sent along. Let me just make sure. Ah, the Dime Novel Legend figures. These are 1/18th scale. So I got all the different head sculpt options. But I mean, we've got some original American settlers in the background. And look at all those really cool outfits. The paint jobs, they look really cool. Then you got your cowboys. And I mean, here's a fun looking figures. I mean, look at the detail on them. They look really cool. I think this one got that snake eyes look to them, all in black. We got an alien up in here as well. These are pretty cool. And it's like those Delta 17 figures. These look like they would be really fun additions to that scale. And of course, you've got so many options with different horses. I mean, they've got some animals out here as well for you. Really impressed with these. These are fun looking figures, great detail. Of course, the price will determine if it's a great deal, in addition to really cool looking figures. And Blake sent along this photo of Bulletproof. And you can see your prototype figures. You can see the glamour shots. See this figure on hand in the display booth. That looks outstanding. I cannot wait to get more and more cops and crooks. Can we start off with my guy Bulletproof, and so excited to see what else they do with this line, because this is going to be one I'm going to get every figure they release, because I always love this show. I love the comic book when they had that out. And the figures were really fun too. So this is hitting all the right marks on the nostalgia tip for me. So let me see here. Let's see. Jamlin goes, I love Jade as much as anybody, but they can't do everything. And McFarlane may be more suited for Resident Evil. They can do the dark and gritty. Yeah. You can just imagine how big. I mean, they could do a mega fig of the Nemesis. That would be cool. Mr. X, the leeches, the headhunters. Awesome. Vintage Bob says, I just used the matte spray recommended by Faraz. Hope I said his name correctly. On his channel for the new Iceman. Looks way better, like frosted ice instead of glass. I just remembered. So I finally shot the retro card Mystique, and I pulled out my X Factor figures, including that Iceman, even though he's not really decked out in any X Factor garb. Yeah, that he does need a little shift to him because he's not quite great. Lefty, yo, squad up. How are you tonight? Ellie Geek, good Saturday afternoon to you as well. Hopefully, all is well on your end. Maurice, hello, sir. Hello, sir, to you. I'm glad you're doing well. Birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. Wind Charger, Power Primes, and got Bad Batch, Hunter, Black Series. Birthday was nice. Take care of yourself, sir. Very cool. I'm glad to hear it. Which year was this for you? Lawson says, the likeness on Laurel and Hardy are great. they look like it from those photos. They come with two extra expressive expression heads for Stan Laurel and one extra grumpy head for Oliver Hardy. Lots of hands, two stands that look like movie reels. Oh, that's fun. Very cool. I'm with you until Elimination Chamber. I'm not even going to be here that long. But yeah, I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out too, Nathan. Who do you think is going to win? The details on those figures. They do, man. The Savage Creations figures or Savage Creations, Savage Crucible figures. Awesome. Samurai Global. Valverse making Pirates of the Caribbean like figures. That's creative. Yeah, I think it kind of works out. Lawson, I've never been disappointed with any of the Savage Crucible figures. Yeah, see, y'all are that's bad peer pressure, Lawson, because I'm really teetering on the edge. I've got Mace on one side, and I've got to make sure I keep Puffy in front of me. But I don't want you to get too close to the edge at this point because I might have to grab some of those figures. What's up, Hustle SM? How are you tonight? Lawson, I like the body on that McFarlane Digital Aquaman. Not that way. There you go. But just not his face. Eyes are too close together. Very goat like. Maybe that's what's up with him. It's just something. It's a little bit off. Lawson, the Red Shadows figure is dope. Lawson, I'm not much for 118 scale these days. Those dime store figures are sweet. Just wish they were six. Yeah, there's that part, right? Vintage Bob. Let's see. The Cowboy and Indian figures, they are done by, of course, not there. So, Dime Novel Legends. I think this is from back to not showing the picture from Chicken Fried. Thank you, Russell. So I think that's who's producing these figures. It was really cool. Let me blow this photo up a little bit more so y'all can see all the details. But man, yeah, I would. I don't know how hard I would resist getting these if they were 6-inch scale, and they look really cool. I mean, this one looks really great. So does this one. I love the outfit here. This he's the only one I'm kind of like, hey, he's cool. I guess because his colors too closely resemble Spirit Iron Knife for me. So I'm like, even though I mean this is a more classic outfit than Spirits, but this one also looks great too. It's just and this one, which I mentioned before, very cool stuff. So yeah, really dig how they turned out. Thank you so much for sending those photos along, Blake. Whenever you watch this, hope you had a great time. Bulletproof is still fighting crime in a future time. He looks so good. He really does. There is just like fully no complaints with me with this guy. I am so impressed. This is the actual product photo, the glamour shot. And here is where is he here? And you can't quite see the they didn't do this, they didn't get this part here. I mean, this is the one part, of course. I'm curious how this is gonna look. The tie for his trench coat. I'm so glad that's soft goods as well. That's the only area, this little fuzzy part here. But man, everything else looks perfect. And I'm really hoping this is one of those cases where it may look a little ragged, but otherwise it's fine. I love that they've got some shading in his pants as well. Man, if they can get us most of the characters, I will be fully happy and satisfied. Maybe a vehicle here and there, but that'd be really cool. Very, very cool to see. Anyway, Lawson, still waiting on Jada Scooby Doo Wave 2. Imagine now if they have the Legends license. We could get one wave of figures per year. Hey, Lawson, you weren't supposed to say that because people were like, DC, they should get the DC license. Excuse me. I was like, there's no way. Because, I mean, just like what you said, I wanted to see the Invincible Wave 2. So, not quite. Vintage Bob, I'm with you. Every time there's like a scale that doesn't say 6-inch, 3-inch, I'm like, what is that? 18-inch is the 3.75-inch scale. Oh, you think Logan Paul's gonna win? I don't see that. Get the vision joke? Excuse me. Lawson. Not trying to badmouth Jade at all. I'm with you. They do fantastic figures, but they don't have the facility to roll out tons and tons of action figures like Hasbro or Mattel. Exactly. And I feel like in the hype, the excitement, loving the quality of what they put out already, people were losing sight that they were not able to crank out a ton of figures every other month, like we see from Hasbro and Mattel. It's just they don't have the bandwidth, and that's fine because I'd rather them release quality figures than just cranking out stuff that's full of problems. And it's like, oh gosh, why is Mega Man so much taller than the rest of the Robot Masters? Like that, for example. Oh, they would have been cool to go with Phantom Rider. Good call. Russell says Savage Crucible is awesome. Everything. What's up, Roddy Rouse? How are you today? Lawson. Dime Store figures included a gray alien, a white ninja, and a werewolf. He did. So cool. I love the bulletproof because he looks both realistic, yet still fits his animated look and vibe. It's a tough line to walk, and they have nailed it. Yeah, they did. It's just, man, he's such a cool figure. And yeah, it's one of those deals where it's like, yes, absolutely. Pre-order him right away. And if you have not yet, you can still do so over at Big Bad Toy Store. He's still in stock. They do say the listed price excludes the tariff surcharge. So who knows if we'll actually have to pay that. I mentioned before when I got my pre-order, it's about to get shipped. So, or hit your pile of loot. Sagat was $37.99. They dropped it to $29.99. So we'll see. Maybe it'll be cheaper than, no, I guess it won't be cheaper. This is the base price, and then we'll see where they go from that point. But hopefully it will not be any more expensive. But this figure looks so cool. Thumbs up. Hey. And then with the jacket off, and then note the handcuff, making sure the briefcase gets to its appointed destination. And so fun. I mean, I kind of feel like this is going to be one of those lines where, yeah, you could probably use other weapons for them, but the future time, I think these weapons that they get packaged with are going to be the ones that I use. And this head sculpt, man, if it doesn't look like Bart Sears, it is just like right there. And for those of you who don't know, Bart Sears did some just amazing, amazing work. Let's see on Cops. Here you go. And let's see. I mean, this is, I get too excited looking at all the cool stuff he was doing. But let's go with this one. And let's just go with the image. This is a little low res, but you have to bear with me. And it really is awesome. And it's got that look to it. And here's another one. He did the comic book for DC, and it was exceptional. Let's see here. It's all TrueNet has a full-on photo of the card art, so you can get a little better look here at them. But I mean, can you say you wouldn't want to get all these in figure form? They just look absurd in a good way, not like a this line is so lame. This is like, check out those designs. Got Sundance there too. I mean, I wonder, is that going to be a situation or problem? Probably not. I mean, it's not like, I don't know. Maybe the copyright didn't click through or whatever. But man, those figures. Ugh. So let's see here. I thought I was going to be able to pull up a good one. Let's go to my comic shop, which actually has the cover of issue 6. And really need all of these figures. And I remember Vacation Time, this issue. This is a really fun one. So yeah, I'm all about this line. So hopefully they just keep cranking them out because Cops would be awesome. Rick Cage, I'm a 3.75 inch Grand Marshal Fleet Admiral, 7-star General King Lord. And that line is expanding and my wallet is shrinking like Pym particles. Very cool. So I take it you're very excited about those figures. Boston, for me, the only reason to do 1/18 1/18 inch figures at all, so they can do vehicles and playsets. That's the only reason that scale really exists in the first place. I agree with you. So you need to go all out. Maybe they'll do a stagecoach. Maybe they'll do a bank playset. I mean, of course, you got to have some horses, but man, maybe a full on barn diorama. That'd be fun. John Battle, what's going on? Jada needs to do Mega Man X line, and then I'm in on them. Oh, really? You haven't gotten those figures before? I highly recommend them. They are so much fun. And they don't have a ton of articulation in the sense of like, oh, it's not 50 points of articulation, but everything they have makes a lot of sense and they're really fun in hand to pose. Really love them. Dude stuff 2025. Motu Chronicles are looking promising after seeing the Scareglow. Yeah, he does look cool. Roddy Riles. I think Jade is the best domestic toy company right now, solely based on consistency and the license they choose. I think they did a really nice job with what they've got. I know we're seeing like some other companies get their hands into the Invincible license, but I'm really hoping they just continue to do that line for as many waves as they can do. This is where I kind of wish they could bump it up beyond 3 per wave because Invincible has so many characters. And I think if they were able to, I don't know, I'm gonna say 25 is too limiting. If they could get 50 of those Invincible characters out there, I'd felt like they scratched the surface enough, even though there'd still be so many more I would love to see in figure form. But yeah, looking forward to that. Scooby Doo is not a license they need to have continue going on for 5 years. I mean, realistically, you just need the gang, Scrappy Doo, and a couple of more monsters. Maybe we could see some fun crossover characters. I'm trying to think of some one offs because one of my favorites was when they teamed up with the Harlem Globetrotters, but they would need someone who would be a easy one and done character. I don't know. Maybe Blue Falcon. Maurice, Bulletproof's trench coat looks like a lot like the one that came with the Ling Ji Hung turtles. Oh, okay. You have those. How did that work? Lost and Bart Sears look for sure. They must have had Sears model sheets from the Funny Books or the animated series. I'm wondering. Oh, cool. Thank you. Let me do that. There it is. Cool. Oh, let's see. This is always a fun thing trying to get a photo from Facebook, but let me see if I can work real fast. Oh, perfect. Oh, so they really did do it. Absolutely awesome. One of the comments in here. Thank you for this, Jamelin. Let me go ahead and post that really quickly. There it is. And make sure I'm out of practice, apparently. There we go. Got my photo up here and everything. Cool. How great does that look? I mean, it is just bam, spot on to this design. And getting Bar Sears to work on this is pretty fun. I forgot to credit Fresh Monkey Fiction for putting this line together, but really outstanding stuff. And hopefully, we'll see a ton of those characters. Lawson says, why are there no chariots, wagons, carts, and playsets for hacks? I'll never know. It's a good call, too. Medusa's lair, ruined Greek temple, and so many things can be done for Hacks Line. Hello Geek says, Jeffrey, who do you want next in Cops and Crooks? I'd say a villain to keep interest and balance. Buttons, boom, boom. Yeah. Dr. Bad Vibes. Can't go right to Big Boss, can they? Probably not, since he's just sitting back. And he would probably be one of those characters they couldn't use any parts or they shouldn't use any parts for another character. I like Buttons Boom Boom. I could see them possibly using some parts from, let me see here, what would make sense that they could reuse for Buttons Boom Boom. So like they could probably do the upper torso, maybe. I mean, definitely the arms and the legs from the knees down. So I think he makes the most sense. Plus, I loved his name. Russell, boss fight would make an awful diorama. Really? Let's see here. All right. So that was my raving and just amazing fandom for that line. But there's always, because I try to keep you guys, he's got hooked boots. Oh, it's been too long. There's a sale going on right now. It's one of those deals where it's a good sale. I don't know if it's the best one, but some of you all might want to see if this extends beyond today. This is, of course, they start the new sales tomorrow. But Target has a sale going on right this moment where I've got a bunch of Transformers stuff on sale, including Sunstreaker. He's on clearance right now. And they've got Hound. But if you know this, release date March 1st. So this sale continues. This would work for you too. They've got a bunch of other stuff, and none of these figures apparently are part of this sale. Let's go to WWE. You can see the sale. There you go. So Rey Mysterio Ultimate Edition figure. I mean, that is a picked up figure. I'm kind of wondering if he's going to be on sale when they hit clearance. I don't know if I want to chance it for this look. 26 for an Ultimate Edition figure is definitely not a bad deal. I haven't seen a lot of Rays lately in my stores, so might need to make that move and get them. And you can see here the Brain, Bobby Heenan. This, of course, is their sale before the clearance. I always try to get these legends right before the next wave comes out. The next wave isn't slated for a little bit longer. Kurt Hennig, British Bulldog, they're on sale. This is a pretty good sale price for the Piper's Pit set. It comes with 3 figures too: Orndorff, Piper, and Cowboy Ace Bob Orton. 55 isn't bad, but I'm kind of thinking it might hit a little lower as well. Let me see here. And then they've got these, if they're in your stores, the LJN figures. Oh, let me see. Oh, here you go. So the next Legends line drops on April 20th, which means I would wait a little bit longer before getting those Legends, because you can probably get them for $12 and then later $7. But if you don't want to wait, Creations Mattel actually had this wave of Legends in stock for like 2 seconds. And actually, Jesse's still there. You can still get him. So he's available. And, you know, again, this is this deal where they have this stuff on sale, so you don't necessarily need to rush to get it. But if you wanted to, you could. Mr. Fuji's already gone and sold out. 25 is just, I mean, they're a penny more. I don't even remember what the shipping was on Creations Mattel. I figured I could wait, but here you go. This is for the Mr. Bob Backlund wave. He's the build-a-figure for this one. Jesse and Stone Cold with a jersey, which is a pretty cool variant for Stone Cold. That's a fun one. I think that was what he was wearing during Judgment Day. He's a ref, I think. And then they've also got Michelle McCool, Hall of Famer. She's there, so you can see. This is interesting because Mr. Fuji just had the pants, but so many of these guys have those pants that you might not need to. Of course, you're gonna want to get him. Then they've got their Ultimate Edition Jesse the Body. He's $45. I mean, he's got some options, but I don't know if I really need a Jesse the Body to have Ultimate Edition articulation. It's not like he has so many accessories with that. Here's the set here. They've got it for 71. So, I mean, yeah, not the best choice on that end. They've got the British Bulldog. They've got Jacob Fatu with the ring. And Ultimate Warrior and Honky Tonk Man, $81. Not a good sale, but they are available. Speaking of sales, I'll show you because I forgot to pick up or show you what I picked up. I finally got the Goon after the Olympics. He was on sale for $24 and said, well, got him finally. I think he was a Target or a Walmart exclusive and never saw him in retail. And then, of course, online, he was super expensive. Now he's 24, so I happily picked him up. And I also got this set finally as well, because it was $34. And really, that is literally less than the price of one Ultimate Edition figure now. So got Papa Shango and the Ultimate Warrior. Really looking forward to this one because the Papa Shango Elite figure we have is really skinny. He has that old torso. They've done better. thicker versions of the Godfather, comma, but Papa Shango was looking really slight next to them. So very happy to get that one and all that good stuff. So let me see here. Rick Cage, he sent me photos on Instagram. So let me see if I can get to those really quickly. Da-da-da-da. Messages. There we go. Not now. Oh, okay. See, I think you're right on that one. It does look like the same deal. So that is the Lee Ji Hung Turtles jacket. It does look really similar to it. Those look really cool. How are you liking those? What's up? How are you today? Nylock? Mr. Fuji looked perfect. He does, man. I am so excited to get him. He's one of the last few classic managers from the 80s that we needed. And after getting one, we're going to need the ball one to go with Yokozuna with the full on robe. But getting, Boy-san, Mr. Fuji's awesome. Man, we've got Kamala, we've got Sika, we've got George Animal Steel, we got some of his charges. Of course, we've got Demolition. I'm assuming we're going to see them in the Coliseum Collection line any day. Well, not any day. We're closing in on WrestleMania, so we should see them at WrestleMania Access. Hopefully, they've got some really cool reveals from that, but looking forward to the WrestleMania reveals from Mattel. Mr. Fuji around for decades and decades. He did not age. Yeah, I mean, he was like from the 70s. Like the only thing that aged was his hairline. That was it. Everything else, he looked dead on. It was very cool. And hopefully we will see several Mr. Fuji figures coming from Mattel. Pat Rap, Maurice. Good so far. Haven't had a time to do much playing. Only got Leo and Roth so far. Trying to get a mix up with Mikey and Donnie sorted out with BBB. Not the East Coast family. Okay, good deal. Shout out to anyone that got that one. And another pre-order that came and went this week was the Star Wars Black Series, Plo Koon and Clone Commander Wolf. I was really debating this one because I'm like, I like Plo Koon. I have the Revenge of the Sith version of him in my collection already. He's fine. Do I really need a Plo Koon figure just because of the Clone Wars gauntlets? And ultimately, I decided yes, I did. And I'm seeing that it's sold out. I'm glad that I did because I was really like, you don't need this. This is worthless. Why are you doing this to yourself? But a little decision there. I think I'm okay with it. And I'm trying to figure out if this is the same one or if this is just the Mace Windu mold that they've gotten with those Clone Wars gauntlets as well. Wolf looks pretty cool. I mean, check out his eyes. I think you can see the difference in them. One has like a little gray there, a scar right over his eye. He's doing in people's eyebrow. That also makes him cool. And Plo Koon, I don't know. I've always thought he was a cool Jedi. And I was like, yeah, I don't need to get him in this, but then of course I'm a sucker for Clone Wars, and that was all she wrote. So having another clone, having a Jedi clone, Plo Koon that I can put up separately on my Clone Wars shelf, ultimately proved to be all I needed to convince myself, yes, let's go ahead and do that. Mr. Fuji started wrestling in 1964. It's crazy. Clearly, I did not see him for a minute. My man Jane went right on it. Let's see. See, if you weren't here, I wonder how long anyone else would have taken and got that one. All right, so mention the Maximum Series Thor, and I feel like this one is probably the most worthy of that designation. I didn't rush to pre-order him, although I do think he looks good for this time period they went with. I would have pre-ordered him, not worried about a sale if he was in his classic attire. He has like a little bit better head sculpts. That's the only thing I'm kind of like, I mean, I feel like I wouldn't swap a lot of heads all the time. And this is probably the one I would use for Thor for most of my photos. This smiling one, I don't think they quite got it. It's close, but not quite right. The other one, from Midgard, pretty solid. But yeah, and I love how these photos look. I think they show off the posable cape, which you've been clamoring for so long. I hope this is not going to be a, well, unless it's a Maximum series, you're not going to get a soft goods posable cape. Hopefully that's the norm going forward with characters who have capes, because there are a lot of characters that I would buy yet another version simply to have a posable cape because they really take up a lot of shelf space, and having something that you can just kind of fold up neatly around them, or if you want to do some more expressive photos like this, you can have flaring in the wind. So that's pretty cool. I really like to see that. This one I'm going to wait till it goes on sale, but I am going to get it. I remember getting the Return of Marvel Legends Thor, being excited. He was super, super, super tall, but I think they did a nice job with this one. Let me see how long it would take me to go to my original one from back in the day when they started the line back up. Let's see. If I do Marvel Legends Thor, there wouldn't be but so many. So let's see if I can find him relatively quickly. Let's do that. So that way I can keep track of myself on screen. And there. All right. So this is the one that's still my default. That's from 2019. And it is a really good figure, but yeah, he needs butterfly shoulders. He needs the soft goods cape. So we need that. Let's see. Let's see. Infinity Saga Thor. And there's the Ragnarok Thor. There we go. So yeah, this was way, 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 way back. And this is the All Father version. This isn't even that one. But this was the Return of Marvel Legends. And this was really exciting because it was finally we're getting quality Marvel Legend figures. And I was so psyched to see this lineup. I mean, Iron Fist wasn't great. Machine Man was such a fun choice. Sentry, it was like, okay, not bad. Hawkeye looked much better than the Hawkeye we had before. Captain Marvel's great. I still have her proudly on my shelf for her cosmic version. And then Scarlet Witch, so much better than Scarlet Mitch. And she's been replaced a couple times, but this lineup here was really like, oh man. I mean, here you go. You can see them. Their skill was wild. This is the 2015 Avengers. And yeah, so they're little bit of a discrepancy between Thor and the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Series 10 Thor, which was a really good one. This was a hard one to finally say goodbye to. He's still in my collection, just not on the Avengers shelf. But yeah, this is a really good one. This is kind of what I want to see updated and upgraded for Maximum Series when they get to them. We'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't take too much longer. What's up, Big Rib? Did I see that 112 lead? I did not see that one. I'm gonna go find that one too. Lawson, I don't like the head sculpts on Max Thor. Not my favorite costume, but I like the cape. Throg is fun. Agreed. Hate that Mjolnir. Box and a broom handle to me. Good thing that's the only thing on the box. Rick H, Mr. Lyles. The cosmic level of excitement you have for Joe in WWE is my level for Street Fighter. The Storm reissues on Big Bad Toy Store have me amped up. Ordered Ken, Akuma, and Dan. KO. I will get to those soon because I'm with you. I'm a big Street Fighter fan as well. You don't see them except for like the legs of them since I raised that shelf up a little bit more. But yeah, I've got multiple lines of Street Fighter figures and adding on to it with the Storm Arena figures. Mr. Chance update the classic 2019 Thor. He did. I mean, they will get to him, I'm going to assume. But yeah, I'm with you. I would have loved to have seen that figure first. I think Max Thor was okay. Might have to add a custom head sculpt and a better wire cape. So you don't like the custom cape they did. I mean, the cape they put on there. Interesting. Would help the figure a lot. Maurice, I could really go for an updated comic Captain Marvel. So I'm not going to be funny and go, which one? Billy Batson or Carol Danvers or Monica Rambeau? That Akuma really tempted me. Oh, Dukin! Well, since we've been talking about it, let's go to it. Let's go to Storm. Big Bad Toy Store, the exclusive home of Storm Arena figures. And let's check it out. So earlier this week, they put up their pre-order for Akuma, and I will show them very soon. But they also did a real solid for people. Oh man, they sold out. And they put up the Ken and Ryu in their original colors. They've done several variants of those Street Fighter Alpha 3 costumes already. And they sold out once again. Man, you can't even hide this. Oh, here, let's do that. So they sold them out so fast. And again, you can see the variants. White, and I think Ken also has a yellow one as well. There's another one for Ken. I think maybe they've done a purple for him, blue for him, or Ryu. They sold out and they put them back up and they were like gone so fast. So the FOMO in this line is absolutely real. And you got to assume that they're going to put Ken and Ryu back up. And because they've got so many different colored keys, you could get one at some point. So if I were you, I would definitely recommend grabbing this Storm Arena Nash, getting Dan, getting Chun-Li, and Sagat, who's back up to $34.99. I know I paid $29.99 for him, so I don't know if they've decided to go with. No, I don't know. It's weird. He was $29.99. I know that's the price they went out of my card for him. So maybe there was a mistake on their end. Either way, I'm happy to get them for that price because he's an awesome looking figure. Speaking of awesome looking figures, check out this Akuma. This is a great looking Akuma. And I'm not going to do the Jada did it better. Storm Arena did it better. But boy, this is, this looks like the beast or the one since Roman Reigns is going to play him. But wow. I mean, the broad shoulders. I mean, the symbol on his back looks really great. I mean, this is an awesome, formidable, intimidating looking Akuma. Looks ready to bring the mayhem or the ruckus. But yeah, wait, the head sculpt looks all solid. If you had a Storm Collectibles figure, you know the level of articulation, and the Storm Arena figures are not disappointed on that front. It's not, oh, they went to a smaller scale, they're not as good. Nope, still just as good. And they can hit so many poses. The stand, very helpful. And I appreciate them not doing the fantasy shot here where they photoshopped out the stand, but to show you how you could actually display it on your shelf. And those stands hold up really well, and you can have those figures in those poses for a long time. It's just another really awesome shot. And here, so it's got like the base extendable stand. It's not as tall as I would like, but you can have them up in the air, and you can have a white, what did you say this? The grip, or you can have a black semi-metal one. Either one works really well. And then, I mean, just being able to do these moves, so much fun. I think that's where Storm Collectibles and now Storm Arena really shines because their figures just turn out so well. And I mean, the beads, good grief. This dude looks like a straight up menace. This head sculpt is awesome. And then if you want to go a little bit more intense, you got this one. So I have the Storm Collectibles Akuma, but I feel like this one is the best Akuma figure I will have in my collection because this is just, I really think they nailed this and have the way more expensive one. If you do not, I would highly recommend getting this. And he's not sold out yet, but I feel like as soon as it gets a little closer, as soon as some people start showing some photos, they're going to want in on this. And I don't think you want to wait on it. So make that pre-order now. They're not an affiliate, so I'm not getting a penny, but I would absolutely recommend getting those figures. If you're gone for the joke, it would have been my fault for setting it up, Jeffrey. Dog Avenger, what's up, man? I finally got my Mezco Thor yesterday. Now on to Hulk. What do you think about Mezco Thor? Don't leave me hanging. Lawson, I got Operation Monster Force Chatsworth figure early in the week. It's pretty fun. Head sculpt was a bit cartoonish for the line, I think, but still quite good. Let me see if I can pull that up since I'm right here. Oh, okay. Here we go. I believe I found them. Did you get this one or do they have different versions? Because clearly I do not know. I do agree what you're saying about the head sculpt, but he does look pretty imposing with the intense head sculpt. The Rambo influence style, solid. What is his weapon here? Is it a Gatling gun? Railgun? Looks fun. What is his backstory on this thing? I know there's so many. Let's see. Yeah, not gonna find it. Okay. I love how they've done so many of these backstories. The legendary Sasquatch, who traded his mountain home for career in tactical operations, standing as the sole member of his tribe to venture into modern civilization. Chatsworth combines incredible strength with an unexpectedly gentle heart and a serious weakness for 80s TV shows. Man, this is fun. I love the backstories. They just tell so much more of it. And it's like, this is fun. Have these gone on sale yet? Again, don't want to get into another line, but they look so fun. Lawson says they nailed the sculpt and paint on Akuma. They really did. Rick Cage. Ken has a purple gi, yellow, and white player 2 uniform, and those exclusives are a labor to hunt down. I am actively looking for them all. I love the blue shimmer on his gi. I agree. Wish more companies included stands like that. Yes. When McFarlane did that when they started the multiverse line, I was like, these are great. They're so helpful for characters that fly. And now it's a rarity when they include that. I do appreciate that every figure has a really small black stand because it is very useful. Some figures just won't stand without it, and or they benefit tremendously from it. I end up using those often to pose my other figures in photo shoots, and it's such a really small thing. And I feel like collectors don't always appreciate just getting something like that. It's like, let's bash McFarlane, but they're the only ones that have been including that in from jump. I don't have a McFarlane figure that didn't have that at least. So I don't know if you've seen some of the slight changes in the Justice Society shelf. I finally put in Commander Steel and shifted it up a little bit. I did a few more figures and added static there. So I did that review a couple weeks ago. He's been sitting on my desk, but I finally found a place for him for now. Mr. Battle, what's up, my pal? I'm out here at the Zolocon this weekend. So much to see and new things to collect. And this is why I couldn't go, besides the other thing. And did you pick up anything yet? Or you have a list of stuff you're grabbing? Right, I'm with Lawson. Pick up any con exclusives? Oh, finally got Mayfex 616 Magneto and Game Reverse Psylocke. Nice. Which one did you like more? GMW Force 1972. What up? Jeffrey, I put a wire cloth cape on 80th Thor by Rebel 10 Customs, and it makes all the difference. I bet it does, because Thor, he's massive, and that cape takes up so much shelf space. One thing with Thor that I want to see is to have butterfly shoulders for him so he can hold Mjolnir like that. And, you can do some really cool poses with that 80th anniversary Thor, but there's still so many more that I'm like, I can't do this yet. And we finally got a Captain America just last year with butterfly shoulders, and it really made a huge difference on that one. So hopefully we'll see a Thor this year, even if he's not Maximum Series, they're going to have that articulation point, with the classic look. 2 grails for you. I bet. Where did you get them from? Maurice, that Storm Arena, Ken, Ryu, and Sagat were also up again earlier, but then they sold out again. Right. Lawson, Chatsworth, it's just a fun idea. I think he's cool. Wish his head were a bit more realistically done, just so he fits the aesthetic of the line a bit more, but it's a minor complaint. Can upgrade heads. Absolutely. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about before? Oh, so I know Nathan's going to be out of here soon. So am I, because my voice is like, Elimination Chambers tonight. Entertainment Earth, love their drop zone. So we know what's coming up, what to expect, what's on the horizon. Got a pre-order tomorrow from Mattel, and then Monday McFarlane Toys has some new stuff coming as well on Monday. Funko as well. I would assume that's going to be some pops. But tell us more. I thought, okay. Thursday, March 5th, we got some Marvel Legends. Not Marvel Legends. I don't know what these are actually, but I think they're Marvel Legends. Let me check really quickly because I feel like that's what was on the schedule. But let me check with my buddy Preternia, who does an awesome job keeping his calendar of all of these Hasbro releases that are coming up because they like to keep us on our toes with those. So let me see if I can find his calendar really quickly so I can tell all of you what's actually coming. I'm pretty sure what we are seeing on Thursday is Marvel Legends. As I scroll and scroll and scroll, I think I am coming to that list for the calendar of all this stuff. Let me check. Almost there. He's great about posting all this stuff. And I'd wish, Hasbro, somebody on the marketing team would go, let's see here. So March, yes. Oh, that's right. This is in time with Daredevil Born Again. We'll see if I'm actually watching it. So let me do this so everyone can see it. So those figures, and I assume this is those, but here we go. March 3rd, Target, the Emma Frost is going up for pre-order. So you've got her if you want the really small, horribly articulated Emma Frost with a clear coat. She'll be up for pre-order on Tuesday. Hasbro Pulse exclusive is the Bullseye. And what is the old boy's name? I totally forgot it. Muse. There you go. So those figures are going up on Hasbro Pulse, but that is not the options for Entertainment Earth, of course, since those aren't exclusive to them. So I guess there's something else coming on that end. And I did not realize that Daredevil was coming so soon. But we'll see when they drop and all that good stuff. There's McFarlane. Let's see if there's anything else coming really quickly. More Hasbro stuff on the 10th. And there you go. So let me check the drop calendar. All right. So on the 11th, Smart Hulk will be up. You know that. And then on the 18th, the Avengers Crossing version of Quicksilver and Black Widow. Archangel, X-Men 97, March 25th. So a lot of Marvel stuff coming very soon. So stay tuned for those. And I'll make sure to post those pre-orders as we get more information. And let's see. Lawson says Thor's cape is unique from other superheroes in one aspect in the comics. It actually rises and floats above his shoulders in an arc. It helps give him his Thunder God presence. Yes. And they gotta nail that too. Jalen says, I'm good with my Jada Street Fighter figures. I don't need to double dip on the ones I already have. However, even though I think their lines are substantially equal, Storm Akuma just edges out the Jada slightly for me. He's just a bit more fierce and they're slightly less cartoony style. Yeah. And I think that works really well for them, but that Akuma head sculpt is really awesome. To do Thor's cape properly, a wire cape would help give him that floating cape look. Awesome, man. I had to order 2 of those Magic figures. She looks so good. She looks like magic to me. All about the village. Yo! How are you? Professor Hulk looks pretty good. He looks like a smart figure to me. Rick Cage says, imports include figure display stands as a standard. They need to. Minimates is 3.75 inch also. It's an imperative for collectors, in my opinion. Anything to help fight those occasional figure domino crashes. I don't know what you mean. I have my DC Essential figures up, and I looked over on the shelf the other day. Superman was just tipped back. So was Batman. So was Aquaman. And that's a line that I really loved when those figures came out. I thought the head sculpts were very great. And, the bodies were fine. They were all pretty generic. They had a great level of articulation. But it's one of those where I'm kind of going, if Mattel delivers really great figures. I could see them leaving the collection very soon because I don't really need a line of figures where I have like 10 of them. I don't even think it's 10. And they're really good, but this one going to be one of those situations where I can see those dipping out. Elimination chamber starting right now. Oh, no, but I will. I guess I should. I mean, I could, but I just watching all those stupid commercials on those shows now. Is so annoying. All right, I want to wind it down though because I've been talking for a minute. Sideshow Collectibles just posted these Hot Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman and Superman. This is battle damaged Batman, and he looks really battle damaged. Like the scrapes. I mean, he guess he's still fighting Mutant Leader. He's got all the gear from earlier, but this is really like a paint job. That's really, really savage looking. Like they did a great job. Let's do this. Showcasing all of the battle damage. And this to me is what a battle damage outfit should look like. Battle damage paint application. I mean, you can see the blood there. 3 interchangeable lower faces. So we've got the standard grimace, the come get me, the bloody one, the broken through glove. You can see the bloody knuckles. How cool is that? The batarangs in the hands, wired cape as usual, batarang with the wire, the sniper rifle, separate rolling eyeballs. I really think this is cool. I don't need any Dark Knight Returns stuff. I'm kind of over it. I mean, appreciate it for the story it told and all that good stuff, but it's just like they've gone so far into it that I'm kind of it was fine. But I think there are some other great Batman stories that could warrant as much reverence as well. But they did a great job on the battle damage. We've even got a little rip there. I mean, and that is just like this is not the token. Oh, here's one scrape. This is a real legitimate Batman has been broken, bloody, all that good stuff. And if you want to have a little bit of fun, he's got a buddy. I mean, these don't ship for a long time, so you can do the pre-order deal here as usual. Oh, not allowed because I'm not logged in. But here is Superman, and he's the same price, $275. Let's see here. What was Batman? And what? $285. So Superman's cheaper. There we go. He's also bloody, and you can see all of the stuff Superman comes with, including the translucent capsule for the Green Arrow Kryptonite arrow. That's pretty cool. The wire cable looks great. 2 interchangeable head sculpts, separate rolling eyeballs, specially applied UV luminous reflective effect, which I don't think you need batteries for. I think you can just catch the light and do it just fine. Newly developed muscular body. He's got the base. He's got the gun. And of course, you've got the stand for him. Really nice looking Dark Knight Returns Superman. Let's see a few more of these photos. I think they've done a good job of capturing the aesthetic. I think this one does a really nice job showing you Superman from that comic. So that's cool. There's a better look at the UV heat vision eyes. And I think those look really impressive. And let's see really fast here. Bloody battle damage. Just try to show you that arrow one again. Caught it. Wait a second. This is Kryptonite. So I think they did an awesome job with this look for the figure. Not for me, but I think they did a nice job with them. They all look good, but $275 is a no-go for me. I think the one thing is with these, you don't have to worry about getting a whole bunch of them. Rick Cage says, like what you're seeing and hearing? I don't know. I don't like what I'm hearing. Voice is wild. Smash that like button, citizens. Indeed. Let's see here. I'm almost done with all the stuff I want to talk about. But of course, here's one more thing to remind you all about. And that is next Thursday, our regular time. It's the big all giveaway episode. So there's going to be a ton of stuff up for grabs, including Retro Robo Toys. Make sure you're following him. There's a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to go through all of it, but there are different requirements to unlock certain figures like this cable. He's got 23, just needs 2 more people. I've already liked it, so I cannot. So just need a couple more. And all you need to do, share the post with 4 friends, comment with your YouTube handle username, and then tune in at 8:05 Thursday, and you can get them. And really, there's going to be a bunch of stuff, a lot of figures. And then right now, there's only going to be a few people that win this figure. So just pay attention. You can get all this stuff. 50 to unlock. We'll see here. And then got the All Striker, 75. Probably not going to be unlocked, but maybe we'll see what happens. I showed you with the example before. If you buy something, that takes away 10 of the required. So Retro Robo has told me that the Sentinel has 3 people who've unlocked it, which means it is down 30. So instead of 100, it needs 70 likes to unlock. And then it's at 47. So almost done. There's still time. I'm really going to be like, no, don't unlock this stuff unless it's open. So you can unlock it by buying something, or you can just share with your friends. So there you go. And of course, there's a bunch of stuff. If you are a VIP member, you get in on this as well. So you can get the Jessica Cruz. You don't even have to do anything. If you're already a VIP member, or if you want to sign up to become one, $2.99 for it, you can get this Jessica Cruz figure. It's part of the giveaway. And of course, anything you buy on Retro Robo Toys goes to the unlocks to get this stuff available. And also, if you use a purchase for one of these things, you get 3 extra, slots with your name in the wheel of chance. So, that stacks your chances. So if you bought something and you decide I want to get something else from Retro Robo, then that gives you 6 chances, and your name will appear in there 6 times. So you stack the odds. I know 3 people already who have done that. So they're going to have 4 chances, because they're going to have the one from them doing all of this stuff. Then they're going to have the 3 that come with putting their name in for the giveaway. So they've already got 4 chances. So you can still get in on that as well. Also, Lawson Wallace is also taking part in this giveaway. And everything I think Lawson said is now up. So this DC Multiverse Wonder Woman, this really great figure, she's up. Zatanna, she's up. Ice, she's up. Wally West, Flash is also up, the JLA version. And Spider-Woman #1. Lawson also has a few more giveaways that I do not have up right now, but they're not going to be unlocked, I don't think. So you can still get those. Oh, Lawson, what were those? You're right here still. All about the villains. The only overpriced figure I might go in on is that new Absolute Batman. It's a really cool figure. Lawson, I got Mondo's Kurt Russell, the Thing McCready figure, and the Mondo Roddy Piper, They Live figures. Now I need a Keith David figure to tie both worlds together. That makes sense. All of my figures are unlocked, says Lawson. Samurai Global. I'm in for it and following both. Nice. John Battle. I picked up the Valverse exclusive and weapons pack, a Robo Skull Trooper, Soldiers of Fortune, Tuxedo fig. Very cool. Hustle SM. I have a great feeling everything will be unlocked. Hopefully. I'm going to tell them, don't put it up unless it's open. So, there's still plenty of time. All about the villains. I have to place another order and unlock the Sentinel. There you go. Oh, yeah. I know you're on there too. So, your next order would take you to, what was that, 10? Yeah. So you would have a lot of chances to win the Sentinel. John Battle. I just pre-ordered my Akuma, and yes, yesterday's Sagat was $29.99. Okay, thank you. I was like, did I misremember that? I did not. Lawson says Dark Avengers Spider-Man, Emperor Doom, and Sentinel's 2-pack, 6-inch set. So those will be part of the giveaway as well. Lawson, help me out real fast. Are they going to be unlockables, or are they just going to go up? John Battle is busy there today. I'll be stepping in tomorrow before I head home. Hopefully you have a safe trip back. Is there anything else? They won't need to be unlocked. I want anyone to win those. So there you go. You heard it directly from Lawson. I think that was everything. That was everything. And my voice is saying, that's it. Waited patiently for the Hot Toys Hano Toy Silver Age Thor. No other 12-inch comic book heroes need to apply. As will be my grand prize. You're going to reveal that exclusively right here tonight, Lawson? Or are you going to put us into suspense a little bit longer? Dun, dun. The G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Attack Stinger. Very cool. That's a fun one. Very cool. So all of Lawson's figures are already unlocked. So um that's Ice, Wally West Flash, Spider Woman #1, Zatanna, and Wonder Woman. But if you haven't already, give Lawson a follow. Lawson Wallace, the one, not the one, Lawson Wallace one. Just go ahead and help out one of our absolutely coolest collaborators on here. And man, I'm loving it. The followers have jumped up 355. Very cool. So you can see all the cool artwork that Lawson has done. And very cool. So you all no 210 followers. Sorry, reading that wrong. So y'all can go ahead and follow him and help him out because he's doing some amazing stuff for us as well. So that's it. My voice is gone. So thank you as always for tuning in, even on a Saturday night, you all Saturday afternoon. Hopefully, those y'all watch and enjoy Elimination Chamber. The rest of you all at Zolocon, hopefully you're having a good time. And for now, this episode of Lounge Figure Files has been filed.